It's Superwoman Wednesday, and it's just going to be me today because I had something on my heart and I wanted to come and be a little transparent, hoping that this will help somebody. Next week I'll have a guest with me, but again this week I decided that this week I decided that I needed to push back one of the conversations with the next Superwoman, so that we could have a one-on-one. And every now and again, it'll be you and me just having a one-on-one. But for the most part, it will be a Superwoman from somewhere around the world sharing some stuff with you that can help you to face another day, stay in the fight, make it to the finish line. I had an encounter with another woman recently where she was very aggressive towards me. It could have went a different way. Because I don't take kindly to people being aggressive towards me. And let's just say negatively aggressive, right? And so it was around the topic of trauma. And so this woman in a group that I'm a part of, she had put a post up about mindset people who don't really know a lot about trauma and pretending that they do. And so y'all know how funny, humorous I am or whatever. And so I put the sweating emoji and a laughing emoji. Some woman came out of the left field somewhere, hopping on my comment, barking at me about how I was callous, what's funny about people's trauma, and womp 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 womp. Right? So here's the deal. I normally don't give people airtime who talk trash to me, whether it's in person or online. I just don't, because it's an energy waster, it's an energy burner, and they just not worth my time. Like, I got other things to do. But I was here for it. I was here for it. I wanted to smoke, because there comes a time when you got to stand up to people. It comes a time when you got to check the hell out of people, right? And so the thing for me is, I'm from the mean streets of North Philadelphia, right? The hood. And just because I don't act ratchet, sometimes I do. And just because I don't act ghetto and hood, but sometimes I do. And I'm professional and I'm fun and, as I said, lighthearted and, those kind of things. Don't ever mistake my posture for weakness, because there's nothing weak about me. Nothing weak about me. And it wasn't even an ego thing when I responded to this particular person. It was really to check her, because what she didn't know and what no one would have known if I didn't respond the way that I did, was that I too had dealt with trauma. And so coincidentally, she had a comment right above mine, and it was her saying that people can't heal from trauma, that she's had trauma for 35 years and womp, 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 womp. And it's just kind of like, I don't agree with that at all, because I have been healed of trauma. Because even though there's still some trauma that has to be processed in my life and, removed from my body, my brain, I have healed and overcome, process a lot of trauma. And that's why I can smile so much. That's why I can laugh so much or whatever, So anyway, total BS. But I didn't go onto her comment attacking her because I didn't agree with her and because I didn't like what she had to say. I just kept scrolling and made my own comment, right? But she decided to jump onto my comment and bark at me. She had the right one. And so what I said to her in a roundabout way was basically, oh yeah. And one of the other things that she said was so exciting about a person being traumatized or having trauma or whatever, something along those lines, some nonsense. But I was just trying to remember to give you a little context. And so, my response to her was just like, okay, first of all, if anyone who was reading the caption of this original post who was healed from trauma or is healing from trauma would be able to readily see that this post is about mindset coaches, not trauma victims, right? Okay. Second, I have to say, I am guilty of getting excited about hearing when a person has trauma because of the possibilities, because of what I've come through, because of how I've overcome. I get excited knowing that it's possible for someone else who wants to do the work, because it's not easy work. It's not. A lot of people don't want to face themselves. A lot of people don't want to be honest with themselves or about themselves. A lot of people want to wear these masks and have these facades and walk around pretending and posing. And I'm just really not that person. I'm just not, It bothers some folks. This is a sidebar, but I'm just throwing it in. It bothers some folks just how simple life is for me. I'll give you an example. I like, my personality type. I like slides, Adidas slides, or Nike, or Gucci. I like slides, tank tops, tights, hoodies, a scarf, sloppy bun. That's my thing, right? To me, that's beautiful. Like, as I'm sitting here talking to you, I got a little eyeliner on, whatever. To me, that's beautiful. To some people, it's like, well, you need to do your hair. You need to make up your face and you need to dress it. No, I don't. Because that's not me. Like, I'm not doing that because it's not me. Now, I'm not saying I will never do it. But on a regular, consistent basis, if I'm sitting here putting on to, doing lives and stuff for you guys, I'm going to come to you as I am, not as how I think you would want me to be. I'm coming as I am. Some people have a problem with that. And, my motto is F them people. Like, I don't even care who the people are. It's just kind of like, if you don't like me, how I present myself, how I carry myself, go away. Go away. Like, I'm not asking you to be here. Another thing is cars, right? I had a Santa Fe, a Hyundai Santa Fe that I rented, right? I fell in love with this Hyundai. Never thought I would. But because I'm normally a Chevy girl, Malibu. Used to be the Impala, but it became the Malibu. But I drove this Santa Fe, and I was like, oh, wow. Like, I love this thing, right? But I had, the opportunity to drive Benzes and BMWs and stuff like that or whatever. And it's just kind of like, as I'm riding in them, as I'm driving in them or whatever, I'm just kind of like, it's not really my thing. And it's just okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you like BMWs and Benzes or whatever, then that's what's up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't drive one, because when I was given one, I did that. I drove it. But while I was driving it, I was just like, I like the Santa Fe better than this. But that's just me. So the point is, it's just kind of like being who you are, showing up as you are. Like, that's the thing. So let's get back to the trauma. So I was saying to her, what I was saying to you guys is that, doing the work, it's not an easy thing, and, you have to you got to push past your limits. And a lot of people don't want to do that. And it was something that I absolutely had to do if I was going to come out of the sunken place. But what I did was, I took advantage of the time that I was in the sunken place knowing that I had to fight my way out of the sunken place, so that I had to come out. I used that time that I was in to deal with trauma, to deal with, some childhood stuff, even some stuff that happened as an adult. I took the time to deal with some things, right? So I was saying to her, this is like, the possibilities for those who are willing to do the work to get healed, and to be healed, and to have healing, experience healing, which is absolutely possible. You know what I'm saying? And I still didn't even call her out on her belief. So anyway, and then I was just like, lastly, choose your battles, pick your battles, because one, I am a trauma survivor, which you didn't know. And luckily, I've done my work, because if I hadn't done my work, then you jumping in my comment, judging me, wrong at that, would have triggered me. And in essence, that makes you a part of the problem and not a part of the solution. Yeah, they deleted my comment. She must have some friends in that group or something. I don't really know. But my point is, I didn't even go North Philly on her. Like, why? Because one, what I spend my energy on is the uplifting of people, the empowerment of people, of women more specifically. I use my energy and my efforts to build people up and help people, help women live life on her terms, help her to navigate her way through the baggage and the bullshit so she can leave all of that behind, right? And so I didn't go North Philly on her. Like, I've realized that she's clearly speaking from her wounds. And if I hadn't taken time to heal myself, again, her coming at me so aggressively and wrongfully at that, accusing me, judging me, condemning me, it would have triggered me. And you listen, you poke the bear, you get the claws. I'm just saying, right? But because I'm healed, I wasn't triggered. However, I did feel the need to stand up for other women. So that's why I was saying it wasn't even about ego for me, because normally listen, the level of I don't give a F that I walk on is so offensive to some people. It's like, people legit be mad. And it's just kind of like, listen, I'm so dismissive and anyway, so, trauma is a very serious topic, is a very serious matter. And I want to encourage you that if you have experienced trauma and that trauma is affecting your life, is affecting your relationships with yourself, is affecting your relationship with your mini-me, your man, your money, your clients, the people on your job, your bosses, whoever, like whatever relationships that you may have, if the trauma is affecting you or affecting your relationships adversely, then I want to encourage you that you can get help for it. Like, but I also want to forewarn you that it's not an easy road, but it's so worth it, Superwoman. It's so worth it. It's so worth it, because when you get on the other side of it, oh my gosh, the rewards, they're wonderful. The rewards are so wonderful. And it's just kind of like you just start walking in a place of peace, a place of rest, a place of acceptance, a place of love that you just didn't even know was possible, right? It's just a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. And also, I want to encourage you, Superwoman, don't be out here attacking people. Like, if you going to get on your soapbox, have your facts. Know what you need to know, especially if you want to be coming at people aggressively, But again, thanks be unto God, I'm a new creature. I'm a new creature, because, like I said, it could have went. Like, she came out the left, this whole situation could have gone left. Like, because, listen, I will just say this, I never try to present myself as a badass and I'm so tough and, those kind of things, whatever. I really try to stay away from that type of energy. However, when I grew up on the North Philly streets, you came up, it was an environment where either you had to, it was an environment where you had to show improve, right? Or you was going to get got. And that's just, it just is what it is. And so, like, the bullying thing is definitely nothing new. And I know that it's not, exclusively in North Philadelphia. But what I'm saying is, as far as experience goes, the way that I've been trained, the way that I'm conditioned is to not back down, right? And so if you come at me aggressively, yeah, I will walk away from you. That's not backing down. I will walk away from you. But if you are like trying to bully me and you make me feel cornered, you make me feel like you bullying me, I'm going to say something. I am that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? You talking trash and you bullying me are two different things. And you and anybody else will know, like, don't walk up on me. Don't walk up on me. Because all of this smile and laughter, it goes away real quick. Like, don't walk up on me, because I don't back down. And I know that, some people are just kind of like, oh, well, you're promoting violence. Not at all. Like, listen, I haven't had to put my hands on nobody in quite a long time, which is a wonderful thing. It's a result of the work that I'm talking about. However, my thing is, like, this passiveness when it comes down to how people treat you is mind-blowing to me. Like, I listen, I'll just say this in my defense. Bullying is not okay. And if you try to bully me, know that I'm not going to back down. Know that I'm not going to run. I'm not going to cower. I'm not built like that. And I would in fact encourage you as Superwoman that when someone's trying to bully you, stand on your tens. Stand flat-footed and let this person know, like, you don't have to be belligerent. You don't have to be hyper nasty, those kind of things or whatever, because I wasn't any of those things with this woman. However, like, my comeback was like, girl, not me. Not me, right? And so I would definitely encourage you, Superwoman, to stand up for yourself. because you don't deserve to be mishandled or mistreated, talked to any type of way, talked down to, or, looked down on. And it's like, who, Superwoman, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I don't want to make this about being a badass and being violent or whatever, but I definitely want to make it about assertion. Assert yourself. Stand up to the people who bully you, the people who talk shit to you. F them people. They talk all day, but the people who are bullying you, you're not, don't lay down and take that, Superwoman. And so listen, Superwoman Wednesday. So next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Superwoman at Ray Share Solutions. That's where you'll find me and this streaming all over social media. It'll be here on Instagram. It'll be it'll be on Facebook. It will be on YouTube. And at some point, it's going to be on LinkedIn as well. So bye for now.